Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today I have a special guest. This is Miss Wendy, and your last name is?
Davis.
Miss Wendy Davis.
Mama Wendy.
Mama Wendy. Do you have a professional name that you travel by, like a business, so to speak?
So I travel under the name Mama Wendy, but my school's name is Heart and Hands Educational Experiences.
Excellent. She has devoted a lot of time and study into making baskets and other things, you know. And I was very impressed by it. I want to share some of this stuff with you. Now she makes not only the classic basket like we think of, like this, but she also makes, you know, the big loose split baskets, which this would be, you know, a different job, different kind of basket.
Yep.
And then this, when I was a boy, I saw baskets like this made by a lot of the poor black families a lot. And this is a kudzu?
Yes.
Kudzu basket.
A split kudzu basket. Yeah.
Kudzu grows in the South. It's the vine that ate the South. It's very invasive, but we found out fairly quickly that you can split it and get down to the malleable part to weave it and make it into baskets and stuff. And you would think, man, that's be so fragile. These actually hold up much better than you think. And of course, they were egg baskets and working baskets. And I remember people that were taking green vine originally. And then I understand that when the kudzu got in here in the 30s, they quickly shifted over to kudzu because it was far superior for making baskets.
Well, the fiber is super strong. You can make great cordage from it. The leaves, as long as they're not sprayed, they're edible. And the roots as well are a great starch source. And this shape in particular is free-form. And I absolutely love it as my harvest basket because I can be picking things through the garden. And I'm a woman, I sit things on my hips. So this is a very comfortable shape and size. Or if you have something like eggs, the free-form basket holds the eggs better so they don't roll on out.
It's not a smooth bottom. It's undulating, so it will hold something round. So if you were packing eggs, plums, round things, where otherwise they'd all roll to one side, you can put them in, it'll stay. Especially if you're doing a mixed larder where I want to combine these but not have them touch, so to speak. That is perfect. And you do also, these are pine needle baskets. Very, very durable. You think with pine needles it'll rot. No, these things will last a generation if you take care of them. It's amazing how well they work.
Thank you.
And then of course you got the larger baskets. Now this one she's doing in a spiral. You can see where it alternates around. And then on her back, this is how you get to make these type of pack basket. Pack basket.
Yes.
Thank you. I had a tongue tie from it. But it's a way to do it.
I love that you love my baskets that much.
Yes. they're beautiful. They're works of art, but they're functional works of art. And that's the thing. I mean, this was a skill of our ancestors, a big time important skill of our ancestors. And those of you that are wanting to do off-grid and stuff, this is not a difficult skill to learn. And once you understand how to do it, you just look for materials and make it out of whatever. It'd be less durable, but you can still make it out of this. And you just realize the strength and weaknesses. Now, you travel around doing events and stuff. Where's your next place? Now, this is being shot in April of 2025. So where are you going from here?
Well, we're here in Alabama, so I was excited to come on down this far south and get some more sunshine. Next, I'm going to South Carolina to an event called Rendezvous. And it's their 40th year anniversary. They're the longest running primitive skills event in the East Coast. And they're already sold out, so hopefully you already have a ticket to come see me there. End of May, the 23rd through the 26th, I'm at a program called MAPS, Mid-Atlantic Primitive Skills Event. And that's up in West Virginia. And that's a fantastic event, and it's small, kind of like this, and where everybody sits around one fire at night and spends time together, and we have a lot of laughs. So, okay, you do Georgia bushcrafts fairly often. Now, if you've got an event and you'd like Miss Wendy to come and maybe teach a class or whatever, in the description box, I'll put her contact information. Now, are you also like on Facebook or anything like that? Tell them where they can get to you on that. So far, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram and TikTok. And, you know, I don't message myself so very often, so I'm going to pull my card out and read it to you.
Okay. Better yet,
Yeah.
hold up the card and let you see the contact information. Okay.
Yeah. I try to do a variety. Someone keeps telling me I should do YouTube as well.
YouTube, just sit down and do it. I think you'd be good at it. Especially when you just put a camera on and you just do what you do.
Yeah.
People want to watch people do it and learn that way, as well as not necessarily a technical class, but here's what I look for in materials. Here's the strengths and weaknesses, because you'll find a lot of places that'll show you how to weave, but they don't give you the knowledge of what to weave and why you wouldn't want to weave this, or where this would be better,
right,
and what are the strengths and weaknesses in the real world of this material.
Well, your videos are really inspirational in that way, how you describe things and teach, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
You're doing great. I
Thank
love
you.
your stuff. I love the fact that some are like ultra professional. This looks like something that'd be made overseas, to be honest. And then you look over here, and that's obviously a indigenous made type thing. That the variety you can do of dialing the skill up or down depending on the situation.
Well, and I just love experimenting with materials, and I'm on the same page as you. I want these skills not to be lost, and really my passion is sharing these and teaching in person. So I'm not always as good about doing the content creating, but it's because I'm so busy traveling and teaching and living this life. So be very excited to see everyone in person and teach some classes and share these skills and then learn from them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year she'll be able to come to the event. If so, I'll announce it. But it really is a good skill, a great skill to learn for many different things. And once you get it, like I said, 40 years ago, I dated this young lady that her and her mom were into the skills. And to be honest, I didn't have my mind on baskets. I was a young man 40 years ago. But I did learn the skill, and so much that when we were sitting here with her and we had a big group doing this, and this young man was struggling, it was coming back to me of what they were doing and how to help them do it, even though I haven't made a basket in 40 years. And I was never a basket maker. I just practiced it a little bit. Once it's in here, it's yours. And you can, you're a little rusty, but you'll bring it back up. That skills we want to pass on to the next generation, because the digital age can't do this. This is a hands-on skill.
And a lesson in patience.
And patience.
Yes.
And if you got a hyperactive kid, get them into weaving.
Oh yeah.
Matter you are, weave as fast as you want, and it gives them a focus. That's the big thing.
When I was in a regular classroom with walls, I found that there's a lot of students who aren't supposed to be sitting still. And so finding activities like basket weaving or knitting really made a difference in their ability to focus, because they're constantly moving their bodies, and so they could be better listeners.
Now they're accepting fidget spinners. That yes, if you give him something to just do, that his mind works better, he can understand it better, but he's got to have some part of his body in motion to do it. And this is a great skill where it doesn't cost a lot. You can gather this material wild. It's vines, it's whatever. If you're in the South, it grows everywhere. People will thank you for coming cutting kudzu, you know, and it's a resource that'll spring back overnight. So yes, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. And down in the comments, I'll have her contact information. Hopefully she'll be here next year when we do our next gathering, and we'll have some more formal classes at Blackie's gathering. Till next time, guys, Blackie and Miss Wendy wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day.